obviously, is there a genetic component to it? Yeah, there's a genetic component to everything, right? But how much of one, there's still a lot of debate about that, right? How much of it was the environment you happened to be in turned on that gene? How much of it was the environment you happened to, it's like books, right? If you grow up in a house, if you have a genetic predisposition to read, but you wake up or you grow up in a house without a lot of books, your gene doesn't get turned on like somebody who grew up around a lot of books. Okay, so I will stipulate you are correct there. Where I will not go along with you is to say that I'm in any ways like Panglossian about everything that's happening. Look, I've had many failures, many, and like high profile failures. Like we did an online company in 1999 called Netfolio, and everybody was writing about it, and we got it wrong, and then the internet bubble collapsed, and talk about compounding a problem. I had written a piece earlier that year called "The Internet Contrarian," and was talking about how overvalued everything was. Then what did I do? I started an internet company. So that was a massive failure. So I think that you have to be open to the fact that you're gonna fail. Not only is failure a possibility, it's a certainty. You will fail at something if you're going to succeed in life. Listen, I've never met a super successful person who didn't have a lot of speed bumps. Let's be kind and call them speed bumps. Now, to get back to your nature versus nurture, I don't know. Maybe it is my nature, genetics, that made me view failure as opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
As opposed to, as embarrassments that I'm going to be ashamed of for the rest of my life. So is there a natural predilection toward pessimism and a natural predilection to optimism? Yeah, probably. But can you, through study, adopt the better argument, right? So I think let's just say it was 50-50, right? So 50% of my genes came from my dad or my mom, who was an optimist, and the other 50% came from my dad, who was a pessimist. So I'm 50-50. And I read this book that I just mentioned to you at the beginning of Infinity, and I pay close attention to that thing about optimism versus pessimism. And I'm kind of like, well, the underlying points and facts here are such that it seems that the greatest progress for humanity and civilization is made when the most widely adopted attitude is one of failabilism, which is essentially, listen, everything's a hypothesis, a thesis. We got the best ones we have right now. And guess what? They've led to some pretty cool things. It doesn't mean that they are 100% correct. In fact, we can be fairly certain they're not. And we are therefore open to error correction as we go forward. And so a great way of looking at this is, so instead of making it sound all highfalutin, let me ask you a simple question. Would you rather live on an Earth where everybody said when there was a meteor coming straight for Earth and was going to obliterate life on the planet for everybody in a week, would you rather be with the guys saying it's God's will? Or would you rather be with the guys who said, thank God we studied this for the last 25 years. Thank God we have these nukes that is going to nuke this thing right out of the sky and save the world.
Dude, I cried during Armageddon. I'm human.
Okay. But see, that puts it in stark relief, doesn't it? Right?